Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we'll start with a very important topic, that is your percentage. This percentage chapter is important because I'll teach you all the other 4-5 chapters using the concepts of percentages. So today's topic of discussion will be percentage. Take down the new heading, percentage. This topic will be the basis for your profit and loss. I'll explain entire profit and loss using percentage concept only. Then in simple interest also we'll use percentage concept. And in compound interest we'll use percentage. Percentage is nowadays being used in 2D, that is your area and perimeter. And in 3D also they are being used it. In theory we have surface area and volume. So these are the broad chapters where you'll use your percentage section. This section is very important. So I'll teach you with a lot of patience. Today we'll try to finish off all the theory part. In the next class we'll finish off all the previous year problems. What I'm doing is, in one session I'm actually finishing off all the theory part. Theory is basically what all information you require to solve the sums. In the next part we'll solve all your previous year questions with respect to CDS, AFCAT and any exam conducted by UPSC for that matter, civil services, all these exams. Wherever UPSC comes into picture, we will try to collect all those questions, especially of last 2-3 years. That is my primary focus because that is when your trend has been shifting lately. Okay, so try to be as engaging as possible with this section because this is a very important section, primarily because these many chapters are dependent on it. So if you don't get anything, try to stop me there itself and then ask me the question, because this is an important section and this will be the base of all these next 5 chapters and few other chapters also for that matter. In some other cases also we'll use it, but in these 5 primary chapters, percentage will be the main founding stone. So I'm starting this percentage. If you have any problem with respect to anything, you can always ask. Let us start with a simple definition of percent. What is the meaning of percent? Per means every and cent means 100. So what we are finding out? We are finding out for every 100 how much. Getting this? So we have used this percentage as a concept. We have used in your everyday life as well. But you don't know you have used it. How you have used it, you have no idea. Let us take the example of your PUC second year marks. So the total marks was 600 and let us say you have scored 350. So what is the marks in percentage? How much you have scored in percentage? Can somebody answer this question? We are starting with a very basic example. For 600 you have scored 350 marks. So for how much percentage you have scored? What is the percentage marks you have? How we should solve this? We used to solve this with a very basic thing, that was for 600 we are scoring 350 marks. Then percentage, the meaning of percentage itself is for every 100 how much. So for 600 we are getting 350. So for 100 how much we get? Getting this? So our answer will be 100 into 350 divided by 600. So 0 and 0 will get cancelled. We will get somewhere in the range of 6 ones are 6 5s are, it is 30. 5 will be the remainder, 58 point something will be answer. So the answer is 58 point something percentage. Getting this? What we did here, we calculated for every 100 how much. So percentage itself broadly means for every 100 how much you are able to get. Getting this? How we solved this? 600 was the what? Total marks. Then we found out what percentage we want. With respect to what entity we are calculating the percentage. We were calculating with respect to 600 as a total. So this is what the broadly concept is. We have used it in your everyday life also, but I'll just compartmentalize all the sections and then we'll try to engage them by breaking them into smaller targets. So we'll break this chapter into smaller targets, then we'll conquer each one of them. Okay. Let us move on with rule number 1. Write down rule number 1. Rule number 1. What does rule number 1 say? If I wanted to express my percentage into fraction. If I wanted to express my percentage into fraction. So remember this, percentage symbol itself means 1 by 100. Percentage symbol itself means 1 by 100. So now let us say I want to express my x percentage. I am expressing x percentage in fraction. So it will be what? X percentage in fraction. As I have told you, percentage itself means 1 by 100. So this will be x into 1 by 100, which is equal to x by 100. Getting this?
Yes.
So x percentage itself means x into 1 by 100, that is x by 100. So if I wanted to calculate for 25%, this will be what? 25 into 1 by 100. 25 ones are 25 fours are. So my 25% is nothing but 1 by 4. Getting this? We are starting with a very simple basic example. So rule number 1 tells us how we convert our percentage into fraction. Okay. Let's move on from here. Copied? Can we move further?
Yeah.
So let us go for rule number 2. Rule number 2 is ulta. Ulta matlab we have a fraction and we are supposed to convert it into percentage. Rule number 2 is we have a fraction and we are supposed to convert it into percentage. How will we do it? We will multiply it by 100%. Let us say we have x by y. We have to convert it into percentage. So what we'll do, we'll multiply into 100%. When we are multiplying it by 100%, understand this, when we are multiplying by 100%, what is effectively happening here? Percentage itself means 1 by 100. So 100 and 100 will get cancelled. We are left with what? 1. So I'm not changing anything here because I'm just multiplying it by 1. Getting this? So when we have a fraction, if we are supposed to convert it to percentage, we'll just multiply it by 100%. So let us say I have 1 by 2. My fraction is 1 by 2. So to convert into percentage, I have to multiply it by 100%. 2 ones are 2 5s are. So what is 1 by 2 in percentage? It is 50%. Getting this? We are starting with something very, very small, very basic. I hope you have understood this. This is rule number 2. Copy this. We'll move on to next section. Okay, let's move on to your next set of things. What I'll do now is I'll give you a table. This table is almost equivalent to your tables like 2 ones and all those things. So this table is equally important. So take a fresh sheet of page, try writing all these things. What we calculated 1 by 2. 1 by 2 in percentage. What we did here, we multiplied it by 100%. So we got it as 50%. Similarly, we'll try to write it for other numbers. 1 by 3 into 100% will be what? 3 ones are 333.33. So it is a never-ending recurring decimal. So it will be 33.33%. 1 by 4 into 100%. It will be 4 ones, 4 twos, it is 8. We are left with 2 remainder, 20 okay, 25%. Getting this, what we are doing? Now we'll write
Yes.
it till 30. So what is 1 by 5? 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 6 is 16.66. Okay, copy all these numbers and try to by heart these by the next class, because we'll use these directly. If you have a number 1 by 6 and the answer will be 16.66. So we'll try to solve all these things. 1 by 7. 1 by 7 in percentage is 14.28. 1 by 8. If it is 1 by 8, so it will be 12.5. If it is 1 by 9, 1 by 9 is 11.1111. 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is 10%. We have percentage at the end of all this. And then we have 1.11. 1 by 11 is 9.09%. 1 by 12. 1 by 12 is 8.33%. 1 by 13. 1 by 13 is 7.69%. 1 by 14. 7.1428. Okay. I'll rub this first side. Next we have 1 by 15. 1 by 16. 15 is 6.66%. Then we have 1 by 16. 1 by 16 is 6.25%. 1 by 17. 1 by 17 is 5.88%. 1 by 18. 1 by 19 is 5.26%. By 20 is 5%. 1 by 21. 6. 1 by 22 is 4.54. 1 by 23. 1 by 23 is 4.34. One by 24 is 4.16. 1 by 25 is 4%. 1 by 26. 1 by 26 is 3.84. 1 by 27 is 3.70. And then we have 1 by 28. 1 by 28 is 3.57. 1 by 29, 3.45. Finally, 1 by 30. 1 by 30 is 3.33. Okay. So after copying all of this, read them for 5 minutes at least. Try to understand what they have given. You know how to convert a number from fraction to percentage and percentage to fraction within a fraction of a second. Actually, that is what is the need of the will not get lot of time. I hope you have copied. I'll clear the chat. And when I write it as 1 by 20 is 5%, we are assuming rest of the things. What we are assuming? We are assuming that 1 by 20 into 100% was done. After doing all of this, 2 ones are 2 5s. The answer turned out to be 5%. Getting this? After doing all of this,
Yes.
we are getting this answer. We are directly writing just to save some time. Now read it. Your questions will be very different. Let us say your question will start with something very basic. If your question was 2 by 3 in percentage, so what would you do? Usually, what would you do? You usually have to go by your rules. That is 2 by 3 into 100%. 3 ones are 333.33s are. So 2 into 33.33 is 66.66%. This is a usually. It is good if you are working with a smaller numbers, but it will be very tedious work if you are working for a bigger numbers. So in that case, what we will do, we know that 1 by 3 is, we know the value of 1 by 3 from the table. So I can write this 2 by 3 as 1 by 3 into 2. I want you guys to imagine these steps mentally. You will not do it actually on the paper. You will actually imagine these steps. 2 by 3 can be written as 1 by 3 into 2. So 1 by 3 is what? 1 by 3 is 33.33 into 2 is what? 66.66. If you read that table properly, if you by heart it properly, then you will reach a number. You will reach the number directly. How? We know that 1 by 3 is 33.33 into 2 is what? 66.66 directly. Understanding this understanding is required because we should be ready for the multiples of this table. Another example is, let us say they have given you the question which says, write 28.56% in fraction. They want you to write 28.56 in fraction. Try this. Try and tell me what is the answer. I have given you 2 rules, percentage to fraction and fraction to percentage as well. So try and solve this. Now check getting. Are you getting any value or no? I'll tell you how the table is helpful now. If we wanted to go by normal method, we could have done what? We should be doing it as 28.56. Percentage can be written as what? 1 by 100. This is the process. Then after this, you would get some fractions. But we are not able to cancel it because we will not be able to exactly pinpoint as to what table it is. 28.56 is a very unique number. Now, if you had by hearted the table, you could have understood that 1 by 7 is how much? 14.28. Yes or no? You go back and read the table. 1 by 7 is 14.28%. Now, this 28.56 is exactly 2 times of 14.28. What is 2 times of 14.28? 14.28 2 times is 28.56%. As I have multiplied by this by 2, I have to multiply this also by 2. So my fraction will be what? 2 by 7. Getting this? This is how you work with this table. Your questions will have these numbers. If you by heart the table properly and if you learn to apply it properly, then half of your work is done. Getting this, what we did here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll give you one more example, one more simpler example. I want you guys to actually remember everything related to 7 because it's a very famous question. 1 by 7 is 14.28. 3 by 7 will be 3 by 7 is what will be it in percentage? Try to calculate. It is 42.84 percentage. 4 by 7 is 57.12. Right, these also very famous example. 1 by 7 series. 5 by 7 is 71.4 and 6 by 7 is 85.6. These are all percentage values. Huh? So remember these things. Theoretically, this is a very important chapter because it has multiple uses. The only purpose why this chapter has become so much important is its uses. It can be used in any chapter. That is the beauty of this chapter actually. We can combine it with so many chapters. That's why we keep on seeing the rise of number of questions with respect to percentage. Especially in AFCAT, it has become a very prominent thing. We'll get at least 4 or 5 questions. Entire aptitude itself contains 20 questions. In that aptitude section, at least 4 or 5 will be from your percentage section. It is that important nowadays. Okay, did you copy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now write down, find the value of 12% in fraction, right? Try it using the chart or try it using the old school method, what I've taught you. Anything is fine as long as you're getting the answer.
Sir, could you please repeat what you said?
Convert this 12% into fraction. You can use any method. You can use any method. You can go by your method of using a chart, or you can use the rules what I've given you. I'll give you a formula also, then I'll give you a shortcut also. Whatever is comfortable to you, go accordingly.
Sir, 8.33.
No, I want it into fraction. How will you convert this into fraction? We can convert it using 2 methods. One is your method where percentage can be written as what? 1 by 100. Now we have to cancel it out. What we will cancel it out? We'll cancel it using the common numbers. 4 3s are 4, 25s are. So your fraction is what? 3 by 25. Getting this? Or we could have used the table as well. How will you use the table? 1 by 25 was 4%. 12 is what? 3 times of this. So I have to multiply by my number also by 3. So it will become 3 by 25. Take this, 3 by 25 is 12%.
Sir, could you go a little bit slow? I mean, my
Yeah.
mathematical understanding is a little.
Yeah, I understand. So 4, we have cancelled it with 4. 4 3s are 12 and 4 25s are 100. 4 2s are and 5s are. This is one method. This is one method of solving it. And this is using the table, what we have used. What table says? Table says this 1 by 25 is 4%. So if we want 12%, we have to multiply 4 by 3. Then we'll get 12. 4 3 is 12. We have to choose a number which is a multiple of this number from the table, so that we'll get it directly. So if we are multiplying your LHS, sorry, right hand side by number 3, you have to multiply your left hand side also by number 3. As soon as we do it, we'll get our fraction as 3 by 25. Matlab, in either ways, we are getting the same answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So use any method which you feel comfortable with. Okay. Now let us try with some other number. What will be 8% by that logic in fraction? What will be 8% in fraction? Use the same logic what we have used.
Two by 20.
2 by
25.
2 by 25. 2 by 25 is correct. We can use either of the method. Let us go with one method. First method, that is percentage itself means I have told you 1 by 100. So I'll take it as 4 2s are 4 25s are. And one more method is, so the answer is what? Answer is 2 by 25. This is one method. Or we could have used another method which says 1 by 25 is 4%. To get 8, we have to multiply it by 2. So we'll get 8%. If we are multiplying your right hand side by number 2, then we have to multiply your left hand side also by number 2. So the fraction becomes 2 by 25. 2 by 25 is finally 8%. Getting this, either way, our fraction will be 2 by 25. I hope you are understanding this, what we are doing with our numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now tell me what is 15% in fraction? 15. It is 15% in fraction. Look at the table. Look for the number 3 by
20.
Yeah, 3 by 20 is correct. Look at the table and look for the number which is a multiple of this. From the table, we can understand 5% is given as 1 by 20. We have to multiply it by 3. So this also will get multiplied by 3. So my answer will be what? 3 by 20. 15% is 3 by 20. Do it with table as early as possible. This method is also okay, but this will not sustain in the long run because we have to cancel it. 5 3s and 5 20s. You are getting answers, but this method will increase your speed as well as accuracy. Okay, so this will give you better results. So I want you guys to focus on this method. Okay, I think we are good here. We can go for the next rule.
Yeah. We can, sir.
Okay, so let's start with something new. Take this question. What is, and rule number, what rule we are in as of now? We have completed first 2 rules. Let's start with the third rule. Third rule says A percentage of B is nothing but B percentage of A. What is the meaning of this? 20% of 50 is equal to 50% of 20. Getting this? So let us try. Let us try whatever we have written. Let us try to understand using an example. I have given you an example. I have told you percentage is nothing but 1 by 100 of, as we studied in the initial class, of itself means into. So into 50. 50 ones are 50, 2s are 2 ones are 2, 10s are. So what was our answer on the left hand side? It was 10. Now let's look at the right hand side. 50% itself means 1 by 100. Of means into 20. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 2 5s are 5 1s are 5 10s are. So we got our right hand side also as 10. Understood what we did here? We did a very basic level mathematics. So what our rule says, our rule says A% of B is nothing but B% of A. So what will be the question like? Question will be, your usual questions will be, find 200% of 30. Find 200% of 30. Find the value of 200% of 30.
100%. So 60.
60 is the correct answer. You can solve this using two methods. What are the two methods? You can always go with your normal method of using the normal notations and following the flow. What is the flow here? 200 can be written like this, and percentage can be written by as 1 by 100. Half can be written as into, and 30. So 100 ones are 100 twos are 30 twos is what? 60. This is one method. What is one more method? One more method says actually 200% of 30 is nothing but 30% of 200. Getting this? So it basically says 30% of 200. Now I'll tell you how to find 10% and multiples of 10% of any number using this example. Copy this. Actually, this is easier. Copy this. I'll tell you this. Okay. So we had 30% of 200. We'll start from there. 30% of 200. Whenever you are finding 10% and multiples of 10% of any number, I want to use one simple trick here. When you are finding 10% of 200, what is 10% of 200? Rule says 10 by 100 into 200. 100 ones are 100 twos are. What is 10 into 2? 20. Getting this? I hope you got the simple mathematics here. 100 ones are 100 twos are 10 twos are, it is 20. But we could have done it very differently also. We are finding out 10% of 200. Whenever we are finding out 10% or its multiples, what we have to do is, let us say we have 200 and we are finding 10%. All you have to do is from the right side, leave one number and place your decimal. From the right side, what we are doing, we are leaving one number and we are placing a decimal. So when I place a decimal after leaving one number, what will be my value? My value will be 20.0. What is 20.0? 20. Getting this shortcut here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Finding 10% of any number for that matter. What we'll do, from the right side, we will leave one digit and we'll place a decimal. So as soon as we place a decimal, the number becomes 10%. So what is 10%? 10% is 20. If we want 30%, 30% is nothing but what? Into 3. 10% का 3 times होता है 30% is. So all we have to do is find this 3 times. This will be 60. Getting this? This is easier just because of the numbers. In this question, you solved it using this method and still got the answer because we were solving it for a very simple number. Let's change this. And now let us say we have a question which says find 15% of 265. Now this question 265 nahi karte once. We will change into something very simple also. 250. Find 15% of 250. This I think you can fairly solve it using your old mathematics itself because it will be 15 by 100 into 250. Now how will you cancel these numbers? We'll cancel this as 0 and 0 will go. 15.
60.
Sorry. Yeah. 5 2s are 5. 5s are. How much are you getting? 15 5s are, it is 75, and 75 by 2. 15 5s is 75. 75 by 2 is 37.5. Understanding this, what we did here? Just because we used the method, it became a little bit lengthy also and little bit confusing also. Otherwise, if we could have done using a shortcut method, we would have got something different only. Copy this. I think the meeting will end now. We'll join. Copy this. You understood, right? How we got 37.5.
Yes, sir.
Copy this. The meeting will end now. We'll rejoin it. Okay, let's get back to the question. Your question was 15% of 250. What we did with the conventional method, that is 15 by 100 into 250. We can cancel out the zeros. It will be 5 5s are 5 2s are 15 5s are is 75. 75 by 2 is 37.5. This is a conventional. What if we had used something else? 15% can be broken as, what we can break it as? We can break it as 10 plus 5. Am I right here? We can break this 15 as 10 plus 5 because this will be a far more easier version. I'll tell you how. 10 plus 5. So first we have to find 10% of 250. How will you find 10% of 250? All we have to do is from the right side, leave a digit and place your decimal. So what is 10% of 250? It is 25. Getting this? 10%. 10% of 250 is 25. What is 5%? 5% is basically half of it. What is half of 25? Half of 25 is 12.5. If we add both of them, you'll get it as 37.5. This entire thing, what I have done, you can actually do it mentally without writing anything. Remember, as soon as you write a line, it is costing you 10 seconds to 15 seconds minimum. So as soon as you write something, it will cost you minimum 10 seconds to 15 seconds. So this process, whatever I have done here, this can be entirely done mentally. What we did first, we calculated 10%. 10% of 250 was 25. Then we calculated 5%, which was 12.5. And finally, we got the answer as 37.5. Understanding what we did here?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, please ask, because this is a very important chapter. I'm telling you because of lot of reasons. Nowadays, though, they are mixing percentage in anything and everything. Okay, so similarly, find the value of 35% of 750. 35% of 750. How much are you getting?
But 257 something.
No, why will it be 257? Okay, 257 is a possibility. 35 divided by 100 into 750. Yeah, 257.5 you are getting, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
170 plus 250. I think it is correct.
70.
Will you do this? 0 and 0 will get cancelled. Then it will be 5 15s are and 5 2s are. What is 35 15s are? How much is 35 15s are? 5 25. Then we have to divide it by 2. How much we'll get when we divide it by 2? We'll get it as 262.5.
Right.
Getting this, but mathematically this is a difficult task. So how will you reduce your time? We will calculate using our shortcut. What was the shortcut? Shortcut basically says 35 can be broken as what? 35 can be broken as 30 plus 5. Getting this? 35 can be broken as 30 plus 5. So 30 can be broken as what? 10 into 3. All these things, it has to happen mentally. 35 can be broken as 30 plus 5 and 30 can be broken as 10 into 3. Now we have to find 10%. What is 10% of 75? Sorry, 750? 75?
70. Yeah.
75 into 3 is basically your what? 75 into 3 is your 30%. What is 75 into 3? We should be doing it by now. 75 into 3 is 225. How will I have got to use a shortcut also to do this? If you don't know shortcut also, you can always multiply. 35 into 3 is 225. Now I have got what? Mentally. All this is happening mentally. I'm writing extra steps just because of your convenience. Then 30% is what? 225 and 5% is half of this. What is half of 75? Half of 75 is 37.5. Is or no? So add these numbers, you will get the answer 12, 6, 2. With this method, we will avoid lot of calculations. That's why this is easier. Getting this, how we are doing this? %5 is basically half of 10%. 10% was 75 and half is 75 by 2, which will take us 37.5. So my final answer is 262.5. Here it was 525 divided by 2. Getting this method? Now can you
Yes, sir.
can you calculate 25% of 750?
Yeah.
Use whichever method suits you. 25% of 750. Your exams, they require some amount of speed, but it is not equivalent to your banking and insurance exams. There we require you to be a lot more faster and lot more efficient as well. So solve using any method. Here solving is much more important.
187.
So 187.5.
187.5.
7.5.
You are also getting the same answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we could have done it using any method. I will prefer using the shortcut because I know 10% is 75. 75 2 is 150. Half of 75 is 37.5. And my final answer will be 187.5. This is what I do. The mentally what I'll write on the board will be only these three things. Getting this? But if we went by conventional method, we have to write all these things. 25 by 100 into 750. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 5 15s are, 5 2s are. Then we have to find 25 into 15. I'll get some x number. We have to divide it by 2. Then you'll get the final answer. Understanding? By using this method, we are able to do this by writing just 3 numbers. So understand the importance of what we have created here. Anyways, can we move ahead with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, write down next rule number 3. We completed our rule number 1, rule number 2. Now we'll write rule number 3. In this case, we'll find how much percentage one quantity is with respect to other quantity. How much percentage is one quantity with respect to other quantity. Okay, let us try to do this. We had used one initial example in PUC second year. The total marks was 600. Let us say you scored 360 for calculation purpose. What was your percentage? What we did here, we did a simple mathematics where we wrote for 600 he got 360. 100 how much? So what we did, we cross multiplied the things. It was 100 into 360 divided by 600. Getting this? So what we essentially created is itself a formula. So what is the formula says? Formula says required percentage is equal to, in the denominator, we'll write the quantity to which we are comparing. To which we are comparing. And in the numerator, we'll write the quantity which needs to be expressed in percentage, and into 100% will stay. So this is your formula. Whatever quantity we want the percentage of, that we'll write in the numerator. Whatever we are comparing it with, we'll write in the denominator. We'll make it very simple. Then this required percentage will be the quantity which needs to be expressed in percentage into 100% divided by the quantity to which we are actually comparing our products. So in this case, instead of doing all of this, which is a tedious work, we could have used the formula, which the formula basically says what? The formula basically says, write the quantity to which you are comparing in the denominator. So we are comparing it with 600. The total was 600. So we'll write it in the denominator. Whose percentage? We want the percentage of 360 marks. So we'll write it in the numerator into 100% as usual. So 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 6 ones are 6 60s are. Getting this? 6 6 are 36 and 1 more 0. So your final answer is 60%. Getting this? I'm telling you how to use this example. The quantity for which the percentage is required, we wrote it in the numerator. Here the quantity for which the percentage was required was 360. And the quantity to which we are comparing, we are writing it in the denominator, that is 600. Okay, then I'll give you one more example. Try finding this. 20 gram is what percentage of 1 kg? 20 gram is what percentage of 1 kg? Try to find the value.
%.
Sorry?
2%.
2%.
2%. Sorry.
Yeah. Why? Because we are comparing 20 grams. So I'll write it in the numerator, and we are comparing it with 1 kg. that will come in the denominator. What is 1 kg in grams? That is 1000 grams
1000.
into
Yeah.
100%. Two zeros will be cancelled here and 1 0 will be cancelled here. So I will be left with 2%. Getting this, what we are doing here? We're doing a very simple level mathematics. Okay. Now I'll give you one more example. Try to find the value here. The question is a little bit tricky. Don't get confused. 80 centimeter. Sorry, 1 second. 1 meter is what percentage of 75 centimeter? 1 meter is what percentage of 75 centimeter? The question is tricky. I'm telling you beforehand. One meter is what percentage of 75 centimeter? Now just tell me whether it will be less than 100 or more than 100. I know you are stuck with your mathematics here. I just want to know whether it is less than 100 or more than 100.
Less than 100.
Less than 100. Any other answers? I told you before only the question was little bit tricky. What was the trick here? They want the percentage of 1 meter itself. Understanding here? They want the percentage of 1 meter is what percentage of 75 centimeter with respect to 75 centimeter. So the question was tricky because 75 will come in the denominator because we are calculating percentage with respect to 75 centimeter. And whose percentage we want? We want the percentage of 1 meter. What is 1 meter in percentage? It is 100 centimeter. Getting this? So this will be into 100 percentage. Now we know 25 threes and 25 fours. 4 by 3. Getting this? 4 by
Yes,
3 is
sir.
basically what? 4 by 3 will always be more than 100 percentage because 3 by 3 itself is 100 percentage. How will you solve this? In this case, we'll use our trick. What does the trick say? The trick says basically 1 by 3 is 33.33. So what will be 4 by 3? 4 by 3 will be 33.33 into 4 times.
Into 4.
Getting this?
Yes, sir.
Here the calculation part is a little bit difficult, but usually the calculation will be very easy. Try to find out 4 by 3 in percentage. What is 4 by 3 in percentage?
Sir, I tried to cancel 75 and 100 as in
Same
by
thing.
using the 5 table.
Yeah. But that will be lengthy, no? That's why you have to learn your tables. At least till 30, you should be able to cancel things properly. If you do it by 5, it will be what? 5 15s and 5 20s. Then you have to go for one more 3.
Yeah.
Yes or no? So that is the problem actually. So instead of doing it twice, try to do it once. At least till 30, don't use any other tables. To go for accurate numbers. If you buy your tables properly, I think you will get it.
Yes, sir.
So your answer will be, I think, 133. 133.33 percentage. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you one more example. Try this. 1 liter is what percentage of 500 ml? 1 liter is what percentage of 500 ml? If you are getting confused with the question, if you are getting confused with the English jargons, what they are using, just remember the word after of is the quantity to which you are comparing. To which you are comparing, matlab that should come in the denominator. Just remember this basic thing. I think you will do good. You will not have any other problems. 1 liter is what percentage of 500 ml?
200%.
200%. Yes, because 1 liter will come in the numerator. That is 1000 divided by 500 into 100%. Getting this?
Okay. So this conversion is also a thing. Okay. Liter
Yeah,
into this.
yeah. We convert it to ml. 5 ones are 5 twos are 2 into 100 is 200%. I'm being very slow with respect to this chapter only because I will speed up as soon as we enter next set of things. I want you guys to be clear with these set of things. Okay.
Yes,
This
sir.
conversion and one quantity in terms of another quantity, I think you are clear with this. Rule number 3.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let's
sir.
go to rule number 4. Rule number 4 is the most important rule because we'll keep on using this. Okay. Rule number 4. What we are doing with rule number 4? Let us say you become an officer of Indian Armed Forces, Indian Civil Services, or whatever you are trying for. So, if your salary was 60,000, I'm just giving an example. Let us say your salary was 60,000. All the officer level grades start from 60,000. So, if your salary was 60,000 and it increased to 80,000, what was the percentage increase in the salary? Getting this? This rule number 4 actually tells us how to calculate this percentage increase or percentage decrease. So how will you calculate this? There is a very simple formula. Write down the heading for this rule number 4, that is percentage increase or percentage decrease. The formula says required percentage is equal to increase or decrease in value divided by initial value into 100%. The formula says required percentage is equal to increase or decrease in value divided by initial value. So what was the percentage increase? Find the increase in decrease value. How will you find the increase in decrease value? We'll take the upper end, that is final value, that is 80,000. Then we'll subtract 60,000 from. What is 80,000 minus 60,000? 20,000.
20.
Yes or no? So I'll write that in the numerator, 20,000 divided by initial value. What was his initial salary? His initial salary was 60,000. So 20,000 divided by 60,000 into 100%. All these zeros will get cancelled. All these zeros will get cancelled. 2 ones are, 2 threes are. Now this is where your table will come into very handy thing. What is 1 by 3 in percentage? What is 1 by 3 in percentage?
33.
33.33. Getting this? This is why I say the table is very important. So 20,000 divided by 60,000 into 100%. 1 by 3 is nothing but 33.33%. Getting this? Have we calculated the percentage increase or decrease?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a very important thing actually. So I'll give you one more example. Try solving this. A person's weight, keep writing along with me. A person's weight decreased from, let us say some person was on diet, or you are done with your written exams, then you have entered your SSB and then you have cleared your SSB or interviews. But the officer said you have to lose some weight. And your weight was 90 kg. A person's weight was 90 kg. And he had to reduce it to 75 kg. So a person's weight decreased from 90 kg to 75 kg. What is the percentage decrease in his weight? Can you calculate and tell me? What is the
Yes,
percentage decrease in his weight?
sir. 33.3.
Sorry?
33.3.
33.33. Are you sure about it? Check it again. What does the
I
rule
think
say?
16%.
16.6. 16.66 percentage. What does the rule say? Rule basically says required percentage is equal to, we have to find out the difference. What is the difference between 90 and 75? What is 90 minus 75? 15, I guess.
Yeah.
So 15 divided by, what was the initial value? Initial value was 90 kg into 100 percentage. This 100% will not use because we have a table and we have by hearted it properly just to save our time. So it will be 15 ones are 15 6. What is 1 by 6 according to table? According to the table, 1 by 6 is 16.66 percentage. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope you have copied it. Let's move on to next set of examples. Next is rule number 5. Okay. What does this rule say? This rule basically tells us if write down the rule, then we'll discuss. The rule says if A is X% more than B. If A is X% more than B, then B would be X upon 100 plus X into 100 percentage less than B. So less than A. You take this. This is a very important kind of thing also here also. I'll tell you why and how it is being used. If A is X% more than B, then B would be how much percentage less than A? So it will be X upon 100 plus X into 100% less than A. So your example will be something of this sort. Let us take an example where we have two people. We have Sachin and we have Ramesh. So Sachin is 20% taller than Ramesh. Then by how much percentage is Ramesh shorter than Sachin? Understood the question? Who is taller among Sachin and Ramesh? Who is taller? Sachin is taller or Ramesh is taller?
Sachin.
Sachin is taller. Sachin is 20% taller than
Yes, sir.
Ramesh. Then by how much percentage is Ramesh shorter than Sachin? There we will use this formula. This formula basically says whatever the value is, add that value in the numerator. So 20 divided by 100 plus 20 into 100 percentage. Now in your school level days, what you used to do, 20 by 100 plus 20, you used to usually write one more step here. That was 20 by 120 and then cancel. 2 ones are 2 6. Getting this? But here we'll cancel it directly. We'll not write this extra step. As I've told you, one extra step will cost you 10 seconds. So what I'll do, I'll cancel this directly. 20 ones are 26. What is 1 by 6 in percentage according to our table?
16.6.
16.66 percentage. Getting this? So Sachin is taller than Ramesh by 20 percentage, and Ramesh is shorter than Sachin because of, sorry, how many percentage? By 16.66%.
16.66.
Getting this? Very easy thing actually. Okay. This is if the other person is taller or greater, things like that. Next, write down rule number 6. Rule number 6 is basically when it is shorter or less than. If A is X% less than B, then B would be X upon 100 minus X. Here the number is 100 minus X more than A. Simple formula, I think you can manage this formula. There is nothing difficult in this formula. This is a very easy formula and you will have a very easy method to use it also. Let us take
Yes,
an
sir.
example and let's deal with this also. You have to just look at the question and understand, have they given more than or less than? So depending upon that, your answer will change. So let us take the question which is from your textbook itself. Raj gets 10% less marks than Rohit. Raj gets 10% less marks than Rohit. What percentage of marks does Rohit get more than Raj? What percentage marks does Rohit get more than Raj?
Sir,
Yeah.
9%.
One step. 9%. Check it again.
11.11%.
11.11% is correct. So Raj got how much? Raj gets 10% less. So we have to use less formula. Here instead of x, it will be 10. What is 100 minus 10? 100 minus 10 is 90.
9.
Into 100%, 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 1 by 9 is nothing but 11.11%. Getting this, very easy level thing is going on.
Yes, sir.
You think you can manage this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do one final example before we move on to next concept.
So meeting is
this?
ending.
Meeting is ending in 4 more minutes. We'll have one more session, one final session. So percentage is a little bit lengthier thing. So we'll have one more session that will finish off your theory part. So we can do only sums in your next session. I'm a bit free this week, so probably we'll have regular classes almost every day. I'll update you whatever it is by 1 o'clock. If the class is there, I'll send you the message. If it is not there also, I'll send you the message.
All right, sir.
Probably we'll have 4 classes every day. I want to finish off this percentage and profit and loss in a sequential manner. Because if we give gap, you'll not understand. That's why I've scheduled some of the other things. So if nothing comes up which has very urgent need, we'll finish off these chapters. Done? Can we move further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us take the example. I think you are clear with this percentage increase. You understood, right?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
meaning
sir.
of Raj is getting less marks compared to Rohit. 10% less marks compared to Rohit. What does this mean actually? We could have done this without formula also. I'm telling you how to do this without formula. If you understand, that's well and good. If you don't understand, also leave it. Raj gets 10% less than Rohit. So if I take 100 as Rohit, what is 10% less of 100? That is 90, I think.
90.
Yes or no? In the initial case, we were comparing Raj with Rohit. So Rohit was in the denominator. What was the question? The question was, what percentage of marks does Rohit get more than Raj? Now, if we are comparing it with whom? We are comparing it with Raj. So Raj will come in the denominator. So what is the marks of Raj? 90. Getting this? And the question is more. How much more? What is the difference here? 10.
10.
Into 100%. You could have done this without formula also is what I'm telling. Getting this? Similarly with your Sachin Wala example. Sachin was what? 20% taller than Ramesh. Yes or no? So if Ramesh was 100, Sachin was what? 120? Getting this? If Ramesh was 100, Sachin was 120. What was the question? They were asking, what is the percentage of Ramesh? How much shorter is Ramesh with respect to Sachin? So Sachin will come in the denominator, 120. And what is the difference? Difference is 20 into 100%. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 6. What is 1 by 6? 1 by 6 is 16.66%. Getting this? So we could have calculated both of these examples without your formulas also if you know the basics. The basics are your rule number 3 and rule number 4. Very hardcore basics. These are the sections where you should concentrate. Okay? So we'll rejoin the meeting again. Understood, right? If you have not understood, I'll explain it again. We have 3 more small rules. We'll finish off those rules. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then join it back. I think we are. So let us say we have a family which is a middle class. We have a family which is middle class. Or you can also say it is poor for that matter. Now, if the price, take anything example, let us say we are buying onions. So as soon as the price of this product increases, what will happen to the consumption of that product? We are talking about a middle class or a poor family. You can take the example of your dhabas or hotels, whatever it is. As soon as the onion prices go up, the amount of onion they'll serve you as a salad initially will what? Decrease?
It
Yes
will
or no?
reduce. Yeah.
Yeah, you have seen this. The amount of onion they'll give you in a salad plate when you enter the restaurant, that will drastically reduce as the price goes up. So what is the connection here? You can take the example of your petrol also, which you use on everyday basis. So petrol, as soon as, let us say now it is what, 100 plus, nearby. So if it goes to 500 plus, what will happen? What will happen if it goes to 500 plus?
The consumption will reduce.
It will drastically decrease because it is a 5 scale multiple. So we will go back to simpler times. We may start using bicycles or public transport for that matter. Understanding this? So the connection is price is inversely proportional to consumption. The connection is price is inversely proportional to consumption. What does this mean? If price goes up, consumption will reduce. If price comes down, consumption will increase. This theory where price coming down, consumption increasing is true in the case of your gold. Yes or no? As soon as now the gold rate is, let us say, I think it is in the range of 5,200 for 1 gram. If it suddenly drops to 4,800 tomorrow, then the number of people who are buying gold will increase, or the number of grams each person is buying, that also will increase because the price has dropped. Getting this? So there is an inverse relation. What is that inverse relation? Price is inversely proportional to consumption. Getting this? So
Yes, sir.
if we wanted to explain this in a simple words, onion for that matter, if it was 20 rupees per kg, and if I wanted to buy 5 kg, how much money I am spending here? The onion price is 20 rupees per kg and I am buying 5 kgs of onion. So how much is the price here? For 1 kg, I am taking 20 rupees. So for 5 kgs, how much? 100 rupees. Yes or no? Very simple, plain mathematics here. For onion, we were taking 20 rupees per kg, and for 5 kgs, it is 100 rupees. How did we reach at this? This is called as price. This 5 kg is nothing but your consumption, and 100 rupees is your final expenditure. So what does the formula say? Formula basically says price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Write down this formula. This one. Basically, price into consumption is nothing but expenditure. We'll deal with this in a much more detailed manner when we will be doing economic sessions. But with respect to mathematics, this is more than enough. Expenditure is nothing but price into consumption. Expenditure is nothing but price into consumption. Getting this? So as soon as the price increases, consumption has to go down to maintain the expenditure. If the price of the onion from 20 rupees per kg, if it becomes 25 rupees per kg, what should be my consumption now to maintain the same expenditure? What is the expenditure? Expenditure is 100. So to maintain that same expenditure, now instead of buying 5 kg onion, I have to buy 4 kg onion. Getting this? What we did here? Instead of buying 5 kg onion, I have to take 4 kg onion. So it will be 25 into 4. So as soon as the price increased, consumption decreased. Price came from 20 to 25 and consumption decreased from 5 to 4. Getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. let's try to take a rule. By how much percentage it should decrease? We have to calculate that. By how much percentage it will decrease. Write down the rule number 7. Rule number 7 basically says if the price of a commodity is increased, bracket में लिखो, or decreased by X percentage, is increased or decreased by X percentage, then the decrease or increase in consumption. Understand the correlation here. When they are increasing, the consumption is decreasing. When they are decreasing, the consumption is increasing. Then the increase or decrease then the decrease in consumption so as to maintain the same expenditure. Same expenditure is your same formula, x upon 100 plus or minus x into 100%. X upon 100 plus or minus x into 100%. X upon 100 plus or minus x into 100%. So if there is an increase, then we'll use plus symbol. If there is a decrease, we'll use a negative symbol. I'll think we'll finish off with this concept only because one more concept requires little bit usage of this concept. So go back, revise properly. If you revise properly, then we can start with the new concept because now after this it will get a little bit tricky. So we'll take a separate session for that. And finally, we'll solve your questions. Okay, copied this question. If the price of a commodity is increased or decreased by X percentage, then the decrease or increase in consumption so as to maintain the same expenditure is X upon 100 plus or minus X into 100%. Now understand, we'll use plus when there is a increase and we'll use minus when there is a decrease. Okay, so let's take a question. If price of, write the question, if the price of cooking gas, increased by 15%, the price of cooking gas increased by 15%, then by what percentage the family should reduce its consumption? By what percentage the family should reduce its consumption so as to maintain same expenditure? So as to maintain same expenditure. Price of a cooking gas is increased by 15%. The family has to reduce its consumption. By how much percentage? Tell me the answer. You can keep it in fraction also. No issues with that also. What you're getting? We have to use the formula x upon 100 plus or minus x into 100 percentage.
9.09.
11.09. Check it again.
9.
No, 9.09 is wrong. 100 plus or minus x divided by 100 percentage. Here we are increasing. Understand, price of cooking gas is increasing. So we have to use plus. So it will be 15 upon 100 plus 15. What is 100 plus 15? 150 into 100 percentage. 5 3s is 15. 5 2s are 10. 1 will be remaining 15. 5 3s are 15. What is 3 by 23? We don't know what is 3 by 23. So what will we do? We'll first find what is 1 by 23. What is 1 by 23 according to the chart?
4.34.
4.34. Then we have to multiply it by 3. So if you multiply it by 3, what will be your answer? What is 4.34 into 3?
Well,
13.04. 02. Sorry. 13.02.
02, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Understood how we solve this? If there is an increase, we'll use plus sign. If there is a decrease, we'll use the minus sign. Okay. So I think your motivation to sit for the class is slowly decreasing. Before it vanishes off, we'll continue everything in the next class. What I want you guys to do with respect to today's homework is, and please come prepared for the tomorrow's class, because we'll use lot of the things what we have done today in a lengthy manner. We'll use it directly. Matlab, if it is 12%, I will directly write it as 3 by 25. Now you should not be confused why I wrote it as 3 by 25. So come prepared. What I want you guys to do is understand the basics properly. Whatever has been discussed in the class, read it again. If you have not understood it properly, ask me the questions. You can always send me the text message, or you write everything whatever has been taught in the class. That will give you a idea. That will clarify most of your things. Then go to the app, solve the questions over there. If you don't get anything, you can always send me. Okay? Solve at least 10-15 basic questions before you enter tomorrow's class. And reading the things whatever has been discussed in the class, that is mandatory, because tomorrow's class will be little bit on the upper end. Matlab, we'll go for concepts which are little bit difficult or hard from the conceptual perspective. Okay, so I have given you all the basics that is required for tomorrow's class. Okay, chalo. Till then, have a good night.
sir, in app, I am not able to find the question, sir. In which option do we find it?
You're not getting it?
No, sir.
Okay, so as you download the app, on the left side there are these 3 things, small icon. If you tap on this icon, then I think there is this pop-up menu. In that you'll get something called as study material. In study material, you'll get aptitude section. In aptitude section, you will get all the chapters.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Chalo then. Thank you. And
Sir, last class video is not up yet.
No. I think they'll upload it by today or tomorrow. They are working on it.
All right.
I think they'll upload it by tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you.